Good morning. My name is Jennifer Morton, and I'm a literature teacher here at the university. I've been teaching on and off since my teenage years, but I've only held the title of instructor for the last 15 years or so. Before that, I worked as a research paralegal. I'm also a certified group fitness instructor and a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. And so in my spare time, I teach Pound Fit, I teach fitness martial arts and HIIT classes. So that gives me a little break from, the lit classroom. I love books though, and I came from a family of teachers. Because I moved into education later in my career, sometimes my classes don't look like a class that you're used to. I don't usually use a lecture based format. Often it's more of a roundtable discussion because I have found that you, as students, bring so much to the table, and I really want to hear what you have to say. I want to see how you process the books that we read, and I really look forward to hearing the insights that you're going to bring to our class this semester. It's very important to me that as students you feel safe, valued, and heard in the conversations that we have in and out of our classroom. Often literature brings about opposing worldviews and it brings those out into the open, and I welcome those conversations. I believe that we're all richer for having our opinions challenged and sometimes deconstructed and revised. All of us. In this video, I would like to talk about communication in our classroom this semester. It's a kind of a big issue, especially since a lot of our work is done online. I believe that learning is most successful when it's a group effort. And to foster this kind of cooperative learning, we have to learn how to successfully communicate. I will be providing 3 strategies in this video for successful, effective communication. We'll be discussing a few challenges to communication that have come up as I've taught over the years, some things that we may need to overcome as we interact with each other. And I'll also offer several strategies for de-escalating conflicts that may arise in the course of our class or in your dorm or just in your personal lives. So there are the 3 strategies that I want to talk about that I plan to implement in the classroom to foster this effective communication. The first one is I want you to get to know your classmates. You can't really communicate well with people you don't know. So the first assignment this semester will be to log into the discussion board, introduce yourself to the class. It's my desire that you grow into a close-knit community of learners. And so I want you to be able to feel that you can freely share information, that you feel safe doing that you feel heard and understood. So in this first post, tell your classmates a little about yourself. Which degrees are you seeking and why? What do you like to do in your spare time? What's your favorite book, your favorite book quote? It's very important to me that I know the books that you like. Attach a picture of yourself engaging in your favorite hobby. And then I'd like you to read and respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. I've already posted my introduction, so feel free to respond to me as well. I'd love to hear from all of you. I'm looking forward to getting to know you this semester. Second, I want to make sure that I clearly communicate with you regarding your work each week. I will always give assignments in writing. Research has shown that humans are terrible eyewitnesses at crime scenes, and a group of people that all hear and see the same complex event may come away with very different versions of what happened, and I recognize that that happens in the class as well. I may be unclear one day, or you may be distracted at the wrong time during our discussion. Either way, I'll make sure the assignments are always in writing. They'll always be posted in the weekly class announcement. And if you are reading that announcement and you find my directions unclear, please text or email me for clarification. I'd love to discuss the assignments with you. I'd also appreciate if each week you would click acknowledge so I know that you read the class announcement, that you understood the assignment, and that you had a chance to review that. The third thing that I would like to do in the class to just make sure our communication is clear is I have office hours both in person and online. They're posted on the Blackboard Instant Messaging app, and I would love for you to stop in anytime just to chat. I'll be using Blackboard Collaborate for web conferencing and tutoring, and you're free to sign up for a session whenever you need that each week. And at the end of each unit, I'll be releasing a podcast, and that will go over what we've done this semester, what we've learned, and it will hopefully be helpful for you as you write your essay, because we do write essays in this class, and so I want to make sure that you're really clear on what I require for that. If you haven't figured this out already, you will face challenges as you work through communication in the university. One big challenge that we all need to be aware of involves conveying courtesy in online communication. None of us can read facial expressions or body language over the computer, so be extra careful to keep a positive tone. You can reread your written communication to make sure it sounds, when you read it out loud, it sounds the way that you want it to sound. Recheck for clarity and completeness, and I will do the same. Another potential challenge will be as we meet day in, day out, diverse group of students. We all bring different backgrounds, experiences, and worldviews to the table. And the key to forming productive classroom relationships is taking the time to understand the different perspectives, interests, and agendas. To disagree with each other is not the same as being dismissive or disrespectful. Disagreement is a healthy thing. It helps us to really reshape our views and also maybe help us to understand why we believe what we do believe as we discuss it with someone who has a different perspective. So take time to listen to each other's point of view. We're far more likely to reach a consensus and find a creative solution if we're willing to listen first. But to be real, in a group of people that come from different backgrounds, there will be disagreements, and sometimes those can escalate and be uncomfortable. And so we want to talk about, if that happens here in the classroom, we're going to do small group work. If it happens with me as the instructor, or even in your dorm room or in your job, we're going to talk about some things to do to handle those tensions that may arise. Because as adults, we need to be prepared and equipped to deal with conflict in a mature and productive manner. So when a conflict arises, our first priority is to de-escalate the situation. You don't want to be put into a position that you say something that you'll regret later, that you can't take back. So when you feel tension start to rise up in you, take time to just pause. Don't say anything and just breathe. One thing that I teach both in the classroom and in my fitness classes is box breathing. It's a fantastic technique for staying in control of your emotions. That involves breathing in for 4 counts, taking a deep breath, 4 counts, holding it at the top for 4 counts, breathing out for 4 counts, holding it at the bottom for 4 counts, like a box. That's why it's called box breathing. This has been shown to lower the levels of the stress hormones in your body, and it will give you time to regulate your emotions before you speak. So as you're breathing, make sure you're also listening. It's easy to shut someone out when their opinion differs from yours. Instead, stay calm, listen without interrupting, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and acknowledge their feelings and perspectives. And never resort to threats and insults. And when you give your full attention to someone else's thoughts, they're much more likely to listen to you when you want to give your thoughts. And you may find that once they have given vent to their frustrations, they're willing to discuss reasonable solutions. So when you meet in small groups in the class, if tensions arise, if you have disagreements with the workload, with who is doing what, make sure that you really listen to the other person, that you don't bury the problem, that you bring it out into the open, but you let them talk, and then hopefully they will let you talk as well. If you can separate your emotion from the outcome you're working toward, tension can actually boost productivity and performance. And so hopefully as you allow other people to talk and you also are able to air your views, you can work toward a really profitable solution. Effective communication will facilitate your success as a student, and it will create a positive learning environment for your peers. As a psychologist and author Rollo May said, communication leads to community. That is to understanding, intimacy, and mutual valuing. And that's what we really want in the classroom. If we can work together this semester, valuing diversity of opinion and respecting alternative points of view, we'll be able to build a strong team and help each other through the hard parts of the course and experience transformative learning as we listen and share with each other. I look forward to getting to spend time with each of you this semester and getting to know you. And I look forward to seeing you in the classroom and in my office. Have a good semester.